Greetings, yogis. Thanks so much for tuning in to Tina Diana Yoga. Today I have a fun yoga practice for you that is for kids of all ages. So this is a great one to practice with your little ones or just by yourself to really help to awaken that inner child and that sense of joy and wonder and fun and possibility that all of that brings. So going ahead and sitting in hero's pose to start. So sitting on the shins, heels under the seat, and then bring your palms on your thighs. Lift your heart up, roll your shoulders back like that strong hero that you all are, showing up on your mats. And then go ahead and bring your right hand up, so a little bend in your right arm here. So we're gonna go through a breathing practice to start called Countdown to Calm. So I'll show you where we're going with it and then we'll do it together. So you'll make a fist with your right hand and then you'll breathe in for the count of 5, extending each finger at a time, a little pause, and then breathe out for the count of 5, curling each of your fingers back in to make that fist. So go ahead and close your eyes, sit up tall, breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, breathe out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do 3 more rounds. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then release your right palm back on your right leg. Widening your knees out right here as you flutter your eyes open. Extend your arms in front of you. Flip your fingers in towards your seat. So you're getting a little stretch here through the backs of your arms and your wrists. We're going to go for a little lion pose here. So take a deep breath in, puff your heart up towards the sky, and as you breathe out, stick your tongue out. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Breathe in. And really let something go. All right, child's pose from here. You can keep your knees wide, drop your forehead to the ground. Let your arms be long in front of you. Once you get down there, just explore a little bit, right? Another aspect of our childhood that we can tend to lose as we get older is that sense of curiosity. So just exploring what lives in the hips here. Little wiggle, wiggle. Coming into your ocean breath. It's a little slight whisper in the back of the throat. So your breath should sound like ocean waves rolling in and out. For you Star Wars fans out there, this can also be called Darth Vader breath. Right? And on your next breath in, rise up. Onto all fours. Stack your knees under your hips, your wrists under your shoulders. And then point your toes and take a moment to pitter-patter the tops of the toes, tops of the feet on the ground. So we're just really awakening tops of the feet there. And then let that all settle. Feel the tops of your toes rooting into the ground. Use that as you begin to drop the belly and look up as you breathe in. Cow pose. Breathe out, press your palms into the earth as you drag the belly in towards the spine. Chin moves in for your cat. Breathing in, drop the belly, look up, peel the shoulders back. And then breathe out, round the spine. You might add a little chant as you drop the belly. Moo, Breathing out, belly in, meow. Have fun with this, right? Drop the belly, moo. Curl in, meow. If that's too weird for you, you don't have to do it, right? You might chant it internally. Can be fun though. Let's take one more round right here. Dropping the belly, look up. And then from here, it's puppy dog pose. Extend the arms long in front of you. Get long and strong through the arms. Reach your seat back and then see if you can drop your chin down towards the ground. Look straight ahead. You might even wag your tail a little bit side to side here. And then softly bring your palms back underneath your shoulders. Breathe in, find that cow, moo. Breathe out, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dogs, my friends. And then explore it, right? You might bend one knee and then the other. Make sure those palms are spread wide though, your finger pads super rooted down into the ground. And then go ahead and lift the toes here. Keep the heels off the earth. So you're really pressing down through the balls of your feet. See if you can lift the heels and then begin to wag your tail back and forth. So it's a wagging of the tail back and forth as your heels also shift back and forth. Stay solid and strong through your arms. Getting a nice little stretch through the side ribs, side waist as you reach your tail towards the back of whatever room you might be flowing in today. And then when your heels are to the right, take a pause here. Drop the heels down. You might even bend the knees a little bit. Find little pulses here. Let your head fall between your arms. Pivoting on the balls of the feet, drop your heels to the left. And then down towards the ground as you bend the knees, pulsing, pulsing. Even out the weight through your arms. Come to center here. Breathe in to lift your right leg up. So your right leg is lifting into a three-legged dog here. Really stretch it long behind you. Take a deep breath in, deep ocean breath. As you breathe out, bend the right knee, open the right hip. See if you can peek for your right toes underneath your left shoulder. Whee, you might roll out your right ankle. From here, we're gonna go for something I'm calling an elevator slide. So breathing in to swing the right knee towards your right shoulder, both of the shoulders over your wrist, and then breathe out to slide your right knee down to your right wrist. Too. Breathe in, lift it back up. Breathe out, slide it down. Breathe in to lift. Breathe out to lower. One more, breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in to lift. So you breathe out, step the right foot outside your right hand. Come up on your fingertips, drop your back knee, point your back toes. And then see if you can sink your hips down towards the ground as you look up, peeling your shoulders back. You're in a lizard pose. You might sway a little side to side here, just feeling into the hips. And then look forward, take a deep breath in. And then stick your tongue out, very lizard-like. One more, breathe in. Breathe it out. Draw everything back to center, breathing in to look forward. Breathe out to begin to lengthen your front leg, coming into half monkey pose. Curling those right toes towards your right shoulder. And then bring your left fingertips or your left palm a little bit back under your left shoulder. Bring your right hand to your right hip. And then see if you can check out peeling your right shoulder back. Left shoulder draws back as well. So think shoulder blades kiss as you look up beyond your right shoulder towards the ceiling or the sky. And then you might extend your right arm long here. See if you can stay solid through the right leg, a little bit even through the hips. Stretch open, arms like bird's wings. And then gently right arm long over right ear. Come back into that low lunge. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, breathe in. Breathe out, plant your palms, come back to downward facing dog. Everybody can wag the tail, wag the tail. Gather your belly, breathe in to come forward plank pose. Get long here through your heels to the top of your head. And then breathe out, child's pose. Stay with me. You're going to breathe in, lift your head, look forward like a snake. Swing side to side, so it's like you're slithering yourself forward. Heart between your thumbs. Lay yourself out long, point your toes. Bring your fingertips to the ground a little bit wider than your shoulders, everybody. Get active through the legs. Press down through the fingertips, breathe in to lift the head and the chest. It's a little bit of a bigger cobra. And then as you breathe out, it's that sway side to side. You can make a hiss sound all the way down to the ground. Breathe in to lift yourself up. Look up and then breathe out. Yeah, one more. Breathe in. Breathe in to lift up all fours. Breathe out, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Breathe in to lift your left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Like you're stretching one of your hind legs long behind you. And as you breathe out, bend the left knee, open the left hip, roll out the left ankle. See if you can drop your right heel, and then check out peeking for your left toes under your right arm. As you breathe in, swing that left knee towards your left shoulder, high up there. Breathe out, slide the left knee down the arm to the wrist. Breathe in, lift it back up. Breathe out, lower it back down. Strong arms, strong belly. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, step the left foot outside your left hand. Drop your back knee, point your back toes. Come up on your fingertips if that's possible. Find a little arch, cow-like with the spine. Look up. Wiggle hips side to side. Just exploring. Come back into that ocean breath, okay? Like that deep ocean that lives inside each and every one of us, waiting to be explored. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, stick your tongue out. One more, breathe in. Breathe it out. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, begin to rock your seat back as you extend and lengthen your front leg, curling those left toes towards your left shoulder. Drop your right palm back underneath your right shoulder. Left palm comes to your left hip. Now you can either rock out right here or press down through the right fingertips and the tops of the right toes as you lean back into your left shoulder. Look up. You might reach your left fingertips up towards the light. Keep getting wide through the front of the heart, everybody. Let your shoulder blades take a loving kiss along your back. And then gently left arm over left ear. Bring it all back down. Breathe in, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, low lunge, left knee over left ankle. Empty out, downward facing dog right here. Bring your big toes to touch. From here, we're gonna go for some donkey kicks. So palms wide, maybe even walk them back just a touch. Breathe in to lift the heels, bend and widen the knees, get really low, chest towards the thighs. And then begin to just lift and kick your heels towards your seat. Right, so just playing with those. Kick the heels towards the seat. Slowly shifting the weight a little bit more towards your fingertips. Strong and long arms. Keep that ocean breath going. And then whenever you're ready, hop the feet forward. Whew, let your feet be hips width, even a little bit wider than hips width, everybody. Grab opposite elbows. And let yourself hang. Maybe sway side to side. So you're very ragdoll-like here, or I like to think of a leaf of a weeping willow tree. Just sort of dangling there, swaying in the breeze. You could take a little horse breath, flutter the lips. And then gently drop the fingertips to the ground. Pivot your toes out, drop your seat. You're in a squat. So right here, see if you can engage your outer thighs and then find a little bit of a root lock. So a little lift through your seat, length through the spine. We're gonna go for something called chicken pose right here. So elbows in towards your inner thighs. Draw the back of your right hand to your right ribs, back of your left hand to your left ribs. And then from here you can play with walking the toes forward a bit as you squeeze the legs into the arms. So you're playing with squeezing the legs towards one another, so knees as if they're trying to touch. It can be intense. See how far, right? You can squeeze in. Nice stretch for the backs of the shoulders. Staying with your ocean breath. Let's take one more moment right here. Explore. And then gently come back out. Drop the palms behind you as you drop the seat to the ground. So your fingertips are facing towards the back of your space. And then walk your feet forward a tad. So we want equal distance here from your seat to your heels and from your seat to your wrists. From here, we're gonna go for a one-armed crab pose. So bring your left arm in front of you, reaching towards the front of the space. Press down through the feet in your right hand to lift your hips as you breathe in. You can stretch the left arm over left ear. Roll your right shoulder back. You might sway a little bit. Get a little crabby. See if you can press into the earth to lift. And then gently come back to center. Switch it out. Left palm plants in the earth. Right arm reaches in front of you. Press into the earth to lift as you breathe a deep ocean breath in. Stay with that ocean breath as you press into the earth and lift, lift, lift. Looking up. Gently bring it back down. Whew. From here, bring your big toes to touch, little space between the heels. Keep your knees pretty wide. And then reach your arms forward between your legs. Gonna play with using all of the strength we've got to reach forward and then lift ourselves up into chair pose. Drawing the knees to touch right here. Drop your seat back and low, back and low, back and low. See how low you can go. Explore it. But then reach up and back through the arms. Take one more moment here. You might dance it out for the last second. And then land in Tadasana. Strong mountain pose. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel that inner reservoir of strength, of stability and steadiness that lives inside you. Flutter the eyes open, breathe in to circle the arms up above you, palms press. And then as you breathe out, drop the prayer to your heart, arms by your sides. We're gonna go for a little breathing practice called flying bird breath. So as you breathe in, you'll lift your arms up, palms press. As you breathe out, angle the palms down, flex them as you exhale and drop back into mountain pose. So you're breathing in, flip the palms up towards the sky, let them touch, And then breathe out, flex the palms on your way back down. Close your eyes. Keep this going. And imagine that you are a bird flying high in the sky. Notice the color of your wings. And take note of where you're flying. Is it high above the ocean, the desert, the forest? Where are you? How do you feel? Let's take one more together. And then come back to mountain pose. Right here, we're going to move towards flamingo pose, which is a standing balancing pose. So you're going to tuck the backs of the hands at the ribs, just like we did in chicken pose. These are your flamingo wings. And then shift the weight into your right foot. Lift your left leg up with the left knee bent as high as you can go. See if you can plant all four corners of your right foot down there in the ground. Lift the ribs up off the waist. And then point your left toes and draw the side of your left toe towards the inseam of your right leg there. So it can be anywhere along the right leg. You probably want to avoid the knee. And then see if you can perch here just like a little flamingo for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly begin to hinge at the hips. As you hinge, reach your left leg back. Keep your left toes pointed as you extend your arms out wide. So airplane pose, or you can think of this as full-on bird. See if you can really press that right foot into the ground, everybody. Stretch long from your tippy toes to the crown of your head. Drag your ribs in towards the spine. And then find your ocean breath. Play with a little shakiness of the airplane. There might be some turbulence. And then gently put a bend in your front knee. Drop your back heel to the ground. So you're in a warrior one. It's a little bit wider feet, back toes turned in. Arms long by the ears. See if you can lengthen and strengthen the outer leg line of your back leg. And then sink your right knee over your right ankle. Lift your ribs up off the waist. Elephant pose right here. Cross your wrists. So bring your right wrist over your left. This is your elephant trunk. Let's play with this a few rounds. Breathe in. Lift your elephant trunk up to the sky. As you breathe out, sweep your trunk. You might even graze the earth as you come down. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, lower. 2 more. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. Last one. Breathe in, lift it up. And then breathe out, lower your trunk. Step back, downward facing dog. From here, big toes touch. Let's play with those donkey kicks. Breathe in, lift the heels, bend and widen the knees. And play heels towards the seat. Okay. But just exploring and having fun, most of all, right? Just getting some air time. And then let your feet, come to the top, fold it out. From here, breathe in, come right into Urdhva Hastasana. Palms pressed above you. Breathe out, Tadasana. Flamingo on the left side. Get your flamingo wings, backs of the hands to the ribs. Shift the weight into the left foot, and then bending the right knee as you draw the right thigh in towards the chest. Point your right toes, and then drop your right big toe to somewhere along your left inner leg line. Keep your heart lifted, just like that hero's pose we practiced at the top of class. Strong warriors, strong flamingos. graceful. Let's hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then begin to slowly hinge, tipping yourself into airplane. See if you can drop your right hip towards the earth, but then stretch long from the tippy toe to the crown. Gather the ribs in towards the spine as you press the left foot even deeper into the ground. Stay with a little bit of turbulence. Find that ocean breath. And then put a little bend in your left knee. Step your right foot back wide. Warrior one. You want both of your hip points and your shoulder points like headlights directly towards the front of your space. Finding your elephant arms right here. So left wrist crosses over the right. Get firm through the legs. Breathe in to lift your elephant trunk up. Breathe out to sweep it down. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, lower. Noises are welcome. Breathe in. Breathe in. One more. Lifting up, and then lower yourself down. Step it back, down dog. Bring your big toes to touch. One more set of donkey kicks. Lift the heels, bend and widen the knees. And then bring your feet forward. Breathing in right here. Big toes touch, little space between the heels. Fingertips stay on the earth as you drop your seat, bending the knees. So coming into chair. And then begin to lift the heels for a moment here. Little toe stand. Get long through the spine. Widen the knees. Begin to drop the heels, drop the heels. Drop your seat. Boat pose. Awaken your feet. Awaken your toes. Stretch your arms long in front of you. Think about a little cow spine here, a little arch to the spine, a lift through the chest. From here, we're going to play with rocking the boat a little bit. So interlace your hands in front of you, and then shift over a little onto your left hip. Woo! Arms to the right. And then switch it out. Come over onto your right hip, arms to the left. Things are bound to get shaky here. We're rocking the boat. Switch it. Switch it. One more. Oh. And then come to center. We're going to rock the boat even more. Make sure you have space. So maybe seat forward as you rock the feet back. Breathing in. Breathe out. See if you can rock forward back into boat. Ooh. Breathe in. Rock it back. Breathe out. Rock it forward. Keep it going. See if you can find a little joy in just this journey along the spine, a little bit of wonder that we're even here, breathing, moving. And then next time you're in plow, stay there. Hang out in your plow for a moment. You might nuzzle the shoulders, interlace the hands. Lift the backs of your legs up towards the sky, everybody. And it's like you're curled up into yourself right here, into like a little seed. If you want to curl up even more, you can bend your knees. Bring the knees towards the ears. Listen to your breath. Slowly come out of your little seed. Release the hands and the shoulders from underneath you. And then roll down to lie on your back. Hug both of your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. A nice big hug. Little rock side to side. A deep breath in. And then let it pour out your mouth. Happy babies. Happy, happy babies. Peace fingers of each hand wrap around your big toes. Maybe we call this yogi cholak. Bending the knees. Keep your tail heavy. Chin draws in towards your chest, and then even gluing down your low back there, the lumbar spine. So totally long spine on the ground. Knees moving in towards your underarms, ankles over the knees. And then anything goes from here, right? So you can play with extending one leg and the other. Maybe both. Any breathings. Any noises. Right? Babies teach us best that there are like an infinite number of variations for this pose. So feel free to just move like you here. Just let yourself be moved, right? Be breathed. Enjoying, finding joy. That just needs to be unlocked from the inside, right? From here, bring the soles of your feet to touch. Interlace your hands around the outer edges of the feet. Keep that long spine heavy, the shoulders down. And then press the outer edges of the feet into your interlaced hands. From here, we're going to rock and roll along the spine one more time. Rock and roll. Rock and roll, rock and roll. Take your time with it. Let it be many rocks and rolls. And then once you lift up to a seat, little moment in butterfly pose. You can even drag your feet forward a little bit, bringing your palms to the ankles, thumbs to the inner arches, and then just letting your knees sort of flap up and down, like butterfly wings. Sit up nice and tall as you flap your butterfly wings. And take a deep breath in, arms by the ears. Breathe out, nose to the toes. Breathe in, arms by the ears. Breathe out, nose to the toes. A few more, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one, breathe in and breathe out. Pause for a moment, see if you can soften the shoulders away from your ears. And close your eyes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your head heavy, arms heavy, right? Like that weeping willow leaf as you slowly lift your jaws. From here, you can either come to seated hero's pose or cross the ankles for easy seat, Sukhasana. Take a moment, stretch your arms wide like bird's wings, and then as you breathe out, left arm underneath the right, bend your elbows, palms to your shoulders, give yourself a little hug, little sway side to side. It's like this little hug dance, just thanking yourself for showing up to move, to breathe, and to have some fun. Stretch your arms wide, breathe in. This time it's your right arm underneath. Cross the arms, bend the elbows, hug, wrap into yourself. Maybe a little rub, even, or a little massage to your back. Just loving yourself up. Bless yourself up. And then gently releasing palms to the thighs. If you and your child or you yourself have a meditation practice that you can do together, by all means, feel free to do that. Otherwise, if you have somewhere to be, something to do, and taking one last deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let it pour out your mouth. Thank you all so much for tuning in today and for exploring the joy and the fun of your inner child. Feel free to like this page if you enjoyed this practice. Feel free to subscribe if you're digging these videos, and I hope to see you again real soon. Namaste.